helping your wife is a choice. It's the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. If you do that, definitely you are going to get.
You need to start with being medically fit, especially if you have a health condition.
I lock up myself in the restroom and I gorge myself with a bottle of a drink. Who's gonna know I did that? Nobody. But then I don't do that.
Engage yourself in charity. It cleanses the soul.
What do you think about our naan bread and chicken kebab? Beautiful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Welcome to another episode of Ramadan with Hollandia, a program designed to enlighten, inspire, and also lead you towards nourishing recipes throughout this glorious month of Ramadan. Today we'll be discussing fostering family kinship by engaging in Islamic games and activities. Kafin mu gabatar muku da bakuwar tamu, bari mu je hutun takaitaccen lokaci. A dakace mu. Barkanmu da dawowa. Our guest for today is Aishatu Abdullahi Ladan. Barka da zuwa Aisha.
Barka ka dai.
Ya azumin.
Alhamdulillah.
Masha Allah.
Gode wa Allah.
Masha Allah. Let me go straight to the first question. Can you explain the concept of kinship in Islam?
Masha Allah. First and foremost, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself said in Surah An-Nisa verse 1, you should strengthen your bond with your kingship. And in brief, even the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in an hadith that who wants a long life, who wants wealth, he should strengthen his relationship with his kingship. During this glorious month of Ramadan, it's good to keep in touch with your kingship, like your relatives, most especially those that live in the villages. You go and visit them. Some will be even surprised to see you.
Yes.
They will be surprised and they will be happy.
Yes.
And mostly in this century that things are difficult, when you go to share, it makes them feel they have been remembered. They thank Allah for you being in their life.
Yes.
And you too, when you go to visit them, you feel at ease. At least you have done something in this special month of Ramadan.
You feel this special way because you've shared this joy with them. Even if you don't have anything to take to them, the fact that you are able to just go and visit them to cement, that kinship, that bond that you have, it's also a very good thing.
Yes,
I think so. Ba sai ka tsaya ka jira sai kana da abin da zaka kai ba.
Yawwa, mostly in ka je ma ka same su a ƙauyen, ka zauna da su, baka kyamace su ba a environment ɗin da suke zama a ciki, zaka ga sun ji daɗi. And they will be so pleased.
Very true. They won't even remember. So you emphasized on keeping this bond very tight. I really like that. So what are some fun interactive Islamic games or activities you think families can engage in to foster stronger bonds amongst them?
We have stories of the Prophet. Okay. The children can learn from the stories of the Prophet, what they went through in their lifetime. Quranic recitation.
Okay.
It can be a competition between the children, the parents.
Okay.
To see who can
recite better.
Yes.
So we have the father maybe against the mother, yes. And then Musa yara suma, and then they recite. Do they get a reward for this?
Yes. Okay. They'll get a reward. They get gifts at least so that it will ginger them,
motivate them
to do it more often, and it will make them to be on alert all the time.
Okay.
Then there's quiz after the recitation. After they will go for a quiz, and there is going to be also cooking competition between the parents. Maybe the father will say, "I'll prepare the food." The mother will also say, okay, today I'm going to do the washing of the plate. Let's see how the father will do it.
Who does it better?
It better?
I cannot wait to see in the Baban said, okay, Iftar, let him be the one in the kitchen. And then we switch it back to mother. And
if you're the one that is going to partake in that, you'll be left alone in the kitchen. Maybe the kids will help you in cutting, doing this and stuff like that.
You mentioned storytelling. So I want to know, what role can storytelling by elders play in instilling Islamic values in children?
Good. It makes them have more fear of Allah. they appreciate the lives of the Prophet, how they suffered, what they went through, and they'll appreciate their parents.
Yes, of course.
And you have a good mind and soul of coming up when when I grow up, I'm going to do this.
I'm going to emulate this prophet. I'm going to emulate the Sahaba. They're
like they'll be their role models.
Yes. Inshallah. That's amazing. Okay, so before we continue our discussion, let's go to the kitchen corner. I know you're waiting for that part. See you when we come back. Barkanmu da dawowa daga kitchen ɗinmu. Hajji Aisha, kika ga wannan shayin da muka yi?
Ai wannan shayi da shi za mu yi iftar insha Allah. Insha Allah. In fact, ina fita daga nan zamu so an ce to a jira ni.
A haɗa muke ingredients a ajiye.
Ai sai shayi. Dama yara suna son Hollandia evaporated milk.
Masha Allah.
Da buɗe baki za su ce mommy a mana oats. Sai na dinga tunanin jiya an sha oats. San ce why sai su ce mommy wannan Hollandia
we want it.
I'll say oh. So if I want them to work, I'll hide it.
She cannot say I should get kitchen. They will not be working up and down.
Then they will later say, "Mommy, please, this shy, it will be superb with the milk."
My next question is: in what ways can hosting an iftar, bring family and community together to celebrate kinship?
MashaAllah. During Ramadan, iftar, it's a good thing when you come together. Most especially in a polygamous home.
Okay.
Polygamy, we define it in a way that it's harsh to children. So during Ramadan, like a polygamous home, the husband will bring all the wives together. They will cook in the kitchen together while the children and the father are in the sitting room waiting for iftar. And they'll see unity, they'll see love in that. And in the community, you look at the less privileged women in your area and the high class one, you come together.
You bring them together.
For iftar. I remember a few years back when we had the iftar in our area, the less privileged women were called and the high class women were called together to have iftar. Then there's this particular woman that was eating. You could see amusement in her face. She was amused. She has never been into this kind of environment and with this kind of people eating the same type of meal. So she was in a hurry to finish eating. So my eyes was on her when she finished, and she was saying, "Kai ta gode." But tabazata people will relate well with them.
People of that caliber would relate with them
and eat good food like that. She was so happy.
Wow.
And it made me said, okay, we should keep doing this kind of thing.
It's important because most of the time in a society you don't know what one is going through, unless you bring people together. You wouldn't have thought Chewa that kind of food, she hasn't come across it in her life. But putting together that iftar, Gashahaya Satazo, and she tasted this amazing meal.
And she was happy. She kept telling people about it.
MashaAllah. So can we consider doing acts of charity collectively as a way to increase family bond during Ramadan?
Yes, absolutely. Like the family will go to the orphanage home. They'll take things to the orphans. And the kids as well will see how they live in a particular cycle without family, without relatives. They are all by themselves, only with their caretakers and stuff. So the kids learn how to appreciate their parents, their own life, what the parents do to them. They won't be saying, today we don't want this, we don't want that, we don't want to mingle with this, we don't want to mingle with that. And from their own savings too, they will learn how to keep money and do a family thing together. The family will not go without the father. It will not go maybe without the mother. The children have to set a family together with their parents to visit the last one, and they'll see life in those kids.
Through those kids.
Yes.
So what I get from what you're saying is that the kids will appreciate now doing things with their parents.
Yes.
Contributing their own money. Their parents also, you know, bringing their own money, putting it together, and then they take this to the orphanages.
Absolutely. And the same type of food they eat in their own home, they could take it. They'll take it to the orphanage home and give the child.
MashaAllah. That was a lovely insight. So, are you ready to learn a new fact? Let's head over to the next segment, which is Did You Know segment. Did you know that it is sunnah to say this dua during iftar? Oh Allah, I have fasted for you, believed in you, and with your provision, I break my fast. As we end this episode of Ramadan with Hollandia, we want to emphasize that caring for one another, regardless of differences, should become a part of our lifestyle all year round and not only in Ramadan. So, a daidai wannan lokacin za mu sallama da ku, amma kafin nan, Hajiya Aisha ina da gift miki.
Lallai
I have a gift for you. Kyautan nan. Kamfanin Hollandia.
The Hollandia evaporated milk ɗin nan. Yau dai za a sha shayi.
Za a sha shayi kan, za a sha shayin nan.
Na gode sosai, na gode.
A madadin baƙuwar mu Aishatu Abdullahi Ladan, ni Asma Gambo ke cewa sai mun haɗa wani sabon shirin. Ma'assalam.